All right, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome on into the Hat Creek Interior Studios. That's where we're broadcasting from tonight and every night here in West Texas. You don't have to own a ranch to live like you do. Hat Creek Interiors can make it happen. All of the custom furniture and accessories that you want for your home, they've got it. HatCreek.us on the website. They ship anywhere. If you're in Lubbock, 10101 South Slide Road showroom, go there. See them, tell them we said hey. All right, so tonight, a lot of things to get to. Busy Monday night. The quarterback transfer portal trolling is underway. Texas Tech is highly involved. And what does that tell you about the future of Will Hammond in 2026 as Texas Tech's quarterback? We'll look at that tonight. We've got Texas Tech basketball. We haven't had a chance to visit with you since the Arkansas game. They're this close to being this good. And this good is really good. And sadly, the demise of an empire. We get to watch it in real time. Chiefs Kingdom slowly eroding in front of your eyes, and not really slowly. It started last year. So, in honor of Patrick Mahomes and Texas Tech, what's next for the Chiefs? You tell us what happens after that. Good, bad, and ugly. Monday recaps, the things you loved over the weekend, sports or otherwise, the things you didn't love, and the things that were so bad you had to look away. Weave it all into comments, questions, and quips right there on the United Supermarkets chat line, the one supermarket that supports Texas Tech here in the Hubaplex and the South Plains and West Texas, as opposed to the grocery store around here that takes your money and puts it on scoreboards in Austin. Let's make this broadcast happen. Let's have a lot of fun. Get in on the United chat line, whether you're on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, on YouTube and our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, or Facebook, again, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. All free, all making it happen tonight. We want to hear from you in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. You start your day with us on the website. We give you the cool, awesome Raiderland hot links, questions, thoughts of the day. You get the drill. Everything we do, we archive it at theraiderland.com. Tonight, brought to you by Live Life Well Clinic of Lubbock, Dr. John Skelton, great Raider football player his own self. Now, he'll come at me and go, I wasn't a great Raider football player. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. What he's doing for you right now in West Texas and Lubbock there with Live Life Well Clinic is helping you be better, feel better, get better, no matter what may be going on in your life. Check out their website, Live Life Well Clinic Facebook page. You'll understand. Thank them for being the presenting sponsor for Raiderland Rewind this year. Next game coming up, New Year's Day. How cool is that? Also by South Lanes College. A lot of great Red Raiders started off as great Texans. Find out how the road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. They're enrolling right now in the spring. They're in Levelland at South Lanes College. Get on their website. Tell them thanks. They're awesome people. All right, so here we go. The biggest news today, last night it was going to be Patrick Mahomes, season over, and the demise of Chiefs Kingdom. And then we, before that, it was going to be Texas Tech men's basketball. How close are they to being a really good team? And then we wake up today in the world of transfer portal quarterbacks, and Texas Tech is all in right now, it looks like, on Cincinnati quarterback Brendan Sorsby. So we'll analyze and ask the question tonight, what do you think that means for Will Hammond next year? Coming out the knee injury, to me, if Texas Tech is active in the portal for a guy who wants to start like a Sorsby, who would be one of the best quarterbacks you could get, it tells me they don't think Will Hammond can play next year. Harsh reality. Hopefully he's got enough NIL in the bank that he can hang around. But you also have to ask the question, if you bring in a high-level quarterback, are you willing to see Will Hammond walk? Not saying he will, but this is the economics of college football right now, where everything is on a year-to-year transactional basis, that you're not controlling guys for 2 or 3 years at a time with contracts. So here we are tonight. with Texas Tech. And I think it sure looks like on all the reports and everything that they're in on Sorsby. And I think he's a good quarterback. But it tells me that one, Texas Tech knows that Hammond is not going to get you there in next year after the knee injury. So what happens now? You tell us tonight, where are you on the quarterback deal for Texas Tech? What do you want to see? We can talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. Is it a blow it up moment? I believe it is. So what do you think happens? What needs to happen? Does Andy Reid need to retire? Travis Kelce, got to go, right? Got to get rid of him. And Mahomes, you just hope he can come back at some point during the next year. But will Mahomes have, and this is maybe the real question here, will Mahomes have the career Tom Brady had after his first run and then his knee injury? I think everybody's probably seen all the similarities between Mahomes and Brady. First couple of years, they get their Super Bowls. Then in the next year, they don't win in the Super Bowl. Then they get a knee injury in year 9. And then we know what Tom Brady did after that. Will that be the career of Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City? You tell us tonight. What we going to do? What are we going to talk about? We've got a lot of stuff to get to tonight. I think it's going to be enjoyable. I think it's going to be fun. And I'm looking forward to you knocking down that United Supermarkets chat line. So let's make it happen tonight. On a day in West Texas where they totally missed the weather forecast, by the way, by about 10 degrees. Good job, weather guys. Sports guys, we missed that. Everybody's honest. Weather guys, man, it's hard to predict the weather. All right, Joe gets us going. Good evening, West Texas. Hate the Mahomes injury. Joe, my man, my cousin out there in Alabama, thank you for chiming in. Agree. Hate the injury. Thumbs up from James. I don't know what he's giving thumbs up to. It just could be life in general. By the way, if you are on YouTube or Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media or on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, thumbs up, share, invite people in. I think we're going to hit 700 real quick on YouTube on subscribers. That's pretty cool. Can't have too many. Randy Wade, I saw that Texas A&M had revenue of $4.7 million. Is that $4.7 million? From the sale of blank alcohol units. I wonder if this included the George Strait concert. Colleges will never return to the day of leaving the stadium at halftime to consume a better product. Without knowing any of the details, I will do what every member of the media does, Randy, and answer definitively the question you're asking. I would reckon that the company that contracts with A&M to run their alcohol sales has to include everything, whether it's a football game or anything else. Based on what I know from working in professional sports in Lubbock and dealing with the Lubbock Coliseum back in the day, and that's kind of a standard deal, TABC, that A&M really doesn't completely control it. It's the outside vendor. Sues, much like the Cotton Kings and the Aggies. I would say that probably includes the, was it 2 nights there for George or just one? I don't know. It's a lot of beer. They get very little money off it. JCTT, the good was Meathead. Whoa, man, that's harsh. Bad, Trump probably needed to tap the brakes on the truth too soon. Agreed. Ugly, Meathead's political disposition. I kind of agree on everything but the first one. Not good at all on what happened to Meathead. At all. Horrible. Awful. Probably could have been, should have been prevented. Trump, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Bless his heart. Doesn't make you look good. Is Jones 3 not ready yet? No. Not at all. 100%. We're talking about quarterbacks at Texas Tech. Jeff, with what little we saw, Jones 3 and Kavian Bryant coming in, if Hammond walks, we'll be fine. Harsh reality to take. Is it a real reality in the world of college football? Yeah. And what we're talking about today, for those who are just tuning in, Texas Tech appears to be all in on Cincinnati quarterback Brendan Sorsby in the portal, trying to get him down to Texas Tech. Now, you knew Texas Tech was going to be shopping for a quarterback because you got Will Hammond hurt. And you don't know for sure what you got after that. You need somebody. And this team is too good not to have a QB1, high-level QB1. Taking for a moment Sorsby out of it, though, it's telling me right now that one of two things, and maybe both, I think are true at this point. They don't believe that Hammond can be the guy next year because of injury. And if he can come back from the injury at some point during the season, you still can't wait on that guy with the people you have. You've got to be ready to go day one. 3, between injury, talent, and everything else, they're willing to bring in a quarterback like a Brendan Sorsby out of Cincinnati and say, if he walks, he walks. That we can only pay a couple of guys high-level QB1 money, and we got to pay the healthy guy. This is where we have talked about over the last year or so that college football players will be much better off, even though they don't want to, and even though college football institutions are stupid for not doing it, having a collectively bargain agreement. If Will Hammond had a guaranteed 3-year contract with Texas Tech right now, would they be bringing in Sorsby? Yeah, probably, but Hammond's not going to lose any money. When you go year to year, well, you see what happens. Robert, it means nothing. His a 1-year guy. No, it means everything. You're missing the point, and that's okay. You have to deal with Amarillo sports radio and Panhandle sports coverage, and my man. Anyways. Michael, I'm good with Will Hammond going away. Let that sink in for a moment, Tech fans. Good with Will Hammond going away. He lost to Arizona State. He looked like he was afraid to throw it. When he did throw it against Arizona State, it wasn't good every time. Professional transactions going on. Jeff, men's hoops is only going to go as far as the supporting cast takes them. We saw Saturday that JT and Anderson can't play 40 minutes and expect us to win. Yeah, well, it's only going to go until you get Bemboye back, Mosley. You're skating shorthanded right now. So I can't sit here and say that what we saw Saturday completely boils down to where this will go, but until you get all your pieces out there, I think you're still this close. You were this close Saturday. You can't give up 93 points, as McCaslin said on the post-game radio interview. And I'm going to paraphrase here. You can't give up 93 points and expect to freaking beat anybody. But you got to get your guys out there. Now, what this tells us, Jeff, and I'll agree with this, your margin for error this year is about yay much on Tech basketball, it looks like, until you get everybody back out there. Defense, though, defense. This team defense. I'm old enough to remember when Tech fans were worried that McCaslin would come in and want to play games like 54-52, and you're giving up 93 to Arkansas. No, life goes on. Mahomes, Kelsey, Reed, era over in Kansas City. What's next for the Chiefs? Your thoughts? The great run by Mahomes. What's next? What do you think happens? I think they blow it up. If they're smart, they blow it up. Now, what does that mean? We'll discuss. Texas Tech shopping for quarterbacks in the portal. What does that mean for the future of Will Hammond? That if they're going after Brendan Sorsby, and is he the right guy even to bring in? I mean, do you want DJ Lagway coming out of Florida? Dylan Raiola out of Nebraska? That if you're really Texas Tech right now, number 4 in the country, playing for the national championship, you don't take seconds, do you? So is Sorsby the guy? And I know some people talked about Sam Levitt out of Arizona State. Don't want him. Don't need him. What kind of quarterback do you want? You tell me. So anything and everything on your mind, the conversation time we have, limited every day. That's okay. Oh, this one's going to make me smile. I can already tell. Diana. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Diana. What's your score prediction for Tech in the first national game? Great question. We assume it's going to be Oregon. Oregon has a very talented offensive team. Can't wait to see them against James Madison, see what it looks like. They're going to put pressure on Texas Tech secondary. I think they are going to be able to put some points on the board. What does that mean against the Tech defense? I think the first team to 28 wins. I think Texas Tech could win this 28-21, 28-24, somewhere in through there, 27-20. I have a hard time seeing a healthy Texas Tech defense, even against a very good Oregon team, giving up more than about 24, 28 points, unless, wait for it, the offense turns it over in the red zone, free 3 points, pick 6, free 7 points. That if you're looking for Oregon to get above what I think would be about the 21-23 threshold, that's how it happens. Now, remember I said this. Do not be shocked. Do not be surprised if Oregon wins this week and blows James Madison away, and Sunday afternoon they hang up a number that is Oregon -1.5, -2.5. By that I mean favored. That's right. Don't be shocked if Oregon ends up favored over Texas Tech on the early line. Now we can get into some metrics on that, some different dynamics, and we can explain as the week goes along why. But don't be shocked if that happens. And I really think that game will go off. If it's Tech and Oregon, it's going to go off probably a pick 'em, but I think ±1.5 either way. One team's going to be favored, depending on where the money goes. Diana, legend. Good to see you. Off of YouTube. Usually thinking only basketball this time of Texas Tech sports. What a joy to watch Tech football in January. Best of both sports. Best of both sports. Yeah, now it's really kind of cool, right? We're trying to focus on the portal, focus on the playoff game, focusing on basketball. Lady Raiders undefeated, 12-0. This is cool. I like it. JCTT. No, sir. Meathead. Good reference to his work. Not tragic death at hands of someone that shouldn't have been on the streets. Not my world. Yeah. Don't know what that means. It scares me. Weird faces. I don't know what's going on, Carl. Carl. What you doing with that there, Carl? James, Tech general manager should get props for research on bringing in the right players for the program. No, James Blanchard, he gets props for that, 100%. And when you look at Sorsby coming out of Cincinnati, and is this not the player to be named later for Tyler Shuck, right? That you sent Shuck up there, and then you go up there and you come back, and well, anyhow. Big guy, strong guy, can throw it 2,800 yards. The thing I like really is the interception touchdown ratio. 5 picks, 27 touchdowns this year, 62% completion rate. So if you're looking at Sorsby and you're going, who's a guy who can come in? There's a guy who can come in right off the bat, play at a fairly high level, he's the guy. He's not a running quarterback. He can run. He's strong. Not a Josh Allen. I'm not calling him that, but pretty good physical athlete coming in that you feel like whatever it is that Mac Leftwich wants to do with the quarterback, which I hope is don't run. Number one, don't run. Number two, don't run. Number three, don't run. Number four, run only now if you have to. Throw the ball downfield, get it to people. That's just me. Would he fit in? Yeah. Yeah, Sorsby would fit in at Texas Tech. 100%. Fit in just about everywhere. Get in on the United Supermarkets chat line. Your thoughts, comments, Texas Tech basketball. This close to being really good. What needs to happen? I have thoughts. That's all right. We got a week to talk about it. Northern Colorado. Yeah, Northern Colorado tomorrow. Duke, some team named Duke, Saturday. And they ain't playing here, so it doesn't matter. Kelly on YouTube. Ryan Hines Raiderland on YouTube. Thumbs up, subscribe, invite people in. Sorsby's girlfriend is already signed to play volleyball here at Tech. Doesn't mean he's coming here, but it's a positive. Yeah, I wasn't gonna. I was watching all that stuff today, and I'm loath to sit there and go, yeah, so and so's girlfriend's coming here, and he's gonna come here, and that's gonna happen. But then I'm reminded that way back in the early 1990s, College of Northern Idaho, Southern Idaho, maybe it was Southern Idaho. Anyhow, there was a really good basketball player on the men's side who came down to Texas Tech. Name was Nate. I'm not going to use his last name. And his girlfriend was also strongly considering coming to Texas Tech. And her name was Cynthia. And she ended up being the starting center on the national championship team in 1993. So, see, there's vast history of boyfriend, girlfriend duos. By the way, they didn't stay together. It didn't work out. He left. She won a national championship. So I'm not saying anything about Sorsby and his girlfriend and their future, but that's why I don't bring it up, because I don't want to talk about stuff like that. Why would I want to do that? It'd be brutal. JC, the trust they still have in Hammond, illustrated by going after one-year guy, right? Well, actually, is Sorsby a one-year total? I thought he had a potential for one more. I thought he had one more. But he's a one-year player, because if he's any good, he's gone to the pros. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Thanks for dropping by. Randy, Lloyd Jones III is very serviceable quarterback. Yes, he had an injury coming out of Hitchcock, but he's just as good or better than Hammond. You saw a glimpse of him when we played West Virginia. If you watched him at Hitchcock, I did not. He was spectacular. He always played in a state basketball championship game. Also played in state basketball championship. Not saying he can't play. Not saying he can't play. It's just what you're seeing is Will Hammond is not going to be the featured quarterback at Texas Tech in 2026. And then you have to go, okay, does he hang around for 27? That's what you're seeing. No more, no less. I want the Harvard quarterback, NFL type quarterback would fit well into the offense. He can't. That kid can't handle Texas Tech education. He's not smart enough. You've got to get guys who can handle it. Off of YouTube, Brendan Sorsby more likely is coming to Tech. His girlfriend, yeah. Did Tech come out better in net with this tougher schedule compared to last year? Yes. You're still. Give me half a second. We're talking about Texas Tech basketball. I pulled it up, and I don't have it right in front of me, so I got to look. HoopsHD.com, Brackettville.wordpress.com. So right now, Texas Tech is on the 6th line today. And if you go to the nitty-gritty rankings, Texas Tech is 21 right now. You're intrinsically better off, 100% better off playing this schedule and basically only beating LSU, losing to Arkansas, losing to Purdue. You're going to play two teams that were number one basically when you played them, with Duke and Purdue. You're better off 100%. Why would we ban you? You're so freaking entertaining and smart. Jeez, I wake up every day and hoping, like somebody like you drops by and, gets on the timeline and everything, I'm not going to ban you. I mean, you should probably be tested for things, but geez, not that. Locked on ACC Big 12 merger. What says you? Nope, not going to happen. Makes zero sense for the Big 12 teams. ACC trying to get rescued from bad TV deals. Oh, and the TV networks aren't going to let it happen either, unless they want to broker it. But no, it's not going to happen. I don't know. Make it 50. Meatless was really a meathead. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What's your prediction for Lady Raiders in conference play? No clue. I watched this team over the last several years have some really good non-conference seasons. I feel like this team is better. I see a lot of the fundamentals that are better, but I'm not going to make a prediction on it. I'm not going to do it. I want to sit back and root as a fan. I think my past history with the program, you guys can understand why I would want to root for them as a fan. And that's what I'm going to do. Chris, the Chiefs were always headed for a reboot after this year. The big question is, does Andy Reid want to stay for the reboot? Yeah, I think that's the biggest question because it's not a one-year reboot. It's a 2-year reboot. $34 million over the cap right now. You got to get rid of Travis Kelce. You just got a mess of an offensive line, and you can draft, you can do free agents, but it takes about a year or so to get it right. Go back about 8 or 9 years ago on Philadelphia on their first reboot and how they got to the Super Bowl, and that's a good play on what Kansas City kind of has to look at right now. So does Andy Reid want to be a part of it? You got to get rid of Travis Kelce. You got to make some decisions, even on defense, on cap. Not good. Why is being under center an asset to run game? Being under center an asset to run game. Well, you're talking about just, shortening up the time it takes to get the ball to the running back at the point of attack. Yeah, it's about 3 yards faster. Man, Calipari whines more than Bob Stoops. I don't know that that's possible. Truly, I don't. Harvard guy is plan B, but won't need it. Both 1-year guys, hence Hammond extension once rehab assessed. Talking about quarterbacks. Too many eaters and riders in the ACC, absolutely. As Spike Dykes would say, too many eaters and riders. All right, got a few moments left with you tonight. We'll do more on Tech basketball as the week goes through. Tomorrow night, Northern Colorado. I really do think they're this close to being a really good basketball team. I truly believe that. This team, as constituted, healthy on the floor, more talented than last year. Mahomes, Kelce, and Kansas City, it's all over. Now it's just how you want to rebuild and what do you want to see. 3.0 version of Chiefs with Mahomes. Does that include Reed? Do you want it to? Does that include Kelce? It can't. And then what we're seeing today with Texas Tech in the portal on football, Hammond's not going to be a part of it next year. He's not. You're not bringing in quarterbacks like you're talking about if you think Hammond's going to be a part of it, because no quarterback would come in and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to keep the seat warm, and then week 4 or whatever, I'll hand it over. No. And the people that go, well, you want to bring in guys who want to compete for the job. No. When you're handing out the bag, just like the NFL, you don't see high-level free agents at any position in the NFL go, yeah, I'm coming here and I'm going to take this free agency job, and you want me to compete? No. I want the contract. I want the job. You give me the job. That's the reality. If you want a guy like Sorsby. Does he fit? I think he fits. Hard to keep up sometimes. The Chiefs have no offensive line, no secondary. Kelsey is done, KC a mess, but they got the rings out of it. And they did. In the NFL, you can retool and you get back after it. You can give it another go. Much like where Tom Brady was when he had his knee injury in year 9 in New England, and they retooled, and they got to do a few things. The biggest difference there is Belichick was always staying. Reed, I don't know that he's staying. I don't know that he should. Nagy's got to go. You keep Spagnuolo at all costs on defense. If that means giving him the head coaching job, you do that. And then you look at Patrick Mahomes and say, give me an offensive coordinator you can work with. Who do you want? You want Eric Bieniemy back? What do you got to do? And that's what happens on Mahomes Chiefs 3.0. 1.0, Super Bowl. 2.0, 2. Now, injury, here we are. All right, we're going to have a huge show tomorrow night. Can't wait for it. Tuesday's best. And I think we'll have more on the quarterback front, more on the football front. And we sit here and wait. What is going to happen with James Madison and that team you might be playing out of Oregon? That's pretty cool. In the morning, check out the website, theraiderland.com. First place you go every day. Why do you go there? Well, you get the question of the day, our thoughts, and, of course, Raiderland hot links. Fresh, hot, served up, made to order. The best links from Raiderland and beyond. Brought to you by Jackson Brothers Meat Locker in Post, Texas. Hit the website, order today. All right, y'all are killing it. You were great. We'll see you tomorrow, theraiderland.com.